Hey everybody, and welcome to After Dark number 14. I hope everybody's having a great night so far. I'm just starting the live stream right now, starting a few minutes early. Gonna make sure this is muted. Hey, Spencer TV Entertainment, or Spencer Entertainment TV, or Spencer Entertainment TV. How's it going, my friend? Good to see you. Hey, Truth Seeker, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Alright. And we are live on the YouTube channel. Good to see you guys. Hopefully the notifications went out. Sometimes they don't when I stream on OBS. So I'm going to be doing another OBS stream tonight. So I hope you guys do enjoy this. We have True Seeker in the house, Spencer Entertainment, and we had Saints Row Boss, who sent me a story for tonight. We had earlier Bambi was in the chat, but I don't think she is now. Hey, Tina Stewart, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome. I'm doing well. Just getting the stories ready to go. Just wanted to maybe talk to you guys for a little bit. Hey, Nox TV, what's going on? I'm chilling. The volume's a little low. Okay. Hold on. Let me see here. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna do a little blue snowball. Hello? Okay. Okay, is that better, you guys? Welcome to the stream, y'all. Alright, hold on, let me see here. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, that's it. Alright, guys, it's good to see you. Alright, sweet. We got the volume all situated here. I hope everybody's having a good night so far. We got the... Oh, nice. You just got off work. Awesome. Guys, make sure you tweet this out, share it out on Facebook. Alright, let's see here. Thank you for the 7 people who have joined the stream. It looks like YouTube is messing with the notifications again, which is... Okay, awesome. Hey, M Life Kids and Videos, what's going on, my friend? It's good to see you. Guys, please make sure you smash that like button. Alright. It's 2 in the morning for me. Yeah, it's late for just about everybody. It is 11 o'clock here in California. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to close that since I have it on my computer. And I am going to check the... Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Tina Stewart. Alright. I suppose I should say good morning. Yes. Well, it's good evening for me. It's good morning for others. So, good morning to all those on the East Coast. Awesome. I'm glad you guys could hear me. I can't talk really loud. I do have family staying over here tonight at my place, so I have to be kind of quiet, unfortunately. Just woke up. It is 6:59 in the UK. Nice. Early in the morning. Awesome. Okay. It's 1 a.m. in Arkansas. Nice. What part of Arkansas are you in, Tina Stewart? I've driven through that state a few times. I've been to Little Rock. I've been to a little section in the Ozarks, which was kind of creepy. And then I went to Fort Smith. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream, Lori Johnson. Hi John, I'm just coming on. Not sure when the chat started. Oh, okay. The stream just started, so YouTube is messing with the notifications again. And now it seems like it's lagging, so I gotta figure out what's going on here. Why is it lagging? Why is it high CPU? It's every time I do the scary ghost stories. Oh, okay. Warren, 100 miles south of Little Rock. Cool. Awesome. So I got the K2 ghost meter out here tonight. So this is how it's gonna play tonight. Okay. This is really laggy on my side. I hope you guys are having a good evening so far. Make sure you guys tweet this out. I'm gonna post this on my Facebook page to let people know I'm live, because apparently the bell notifications didn't get out, and the sharpshooter's not here yet. So let's see. Live. No. Fam. Okay. So I just tweeted this out. Hey, 10 people watching now. Awesome. Cool. Alright, let's get back to the chat here. We have Jenny Merseth, Kenneth the Kentucky Fam. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. We have Truth Seeker. We have Tina Stewart. We have M Life Kids Videos, Nox TV, Saints Row Boss, M Life Kids Videos. Awesome to see everybody. Hey, Cynthia Downs, what is going on? Good to see you, my friend. Alright, we're just still waiting on a few more people to come and join here. Oh, please tell me this isn't gonna be... There's a booming sound coming from the stream? Huh. Okay, let's see if this goes back to normal. It seems very laggy on my side. I don't know why. Alright, whatever. It is gonna do what it's gonna do, so. Alrighty. Hey, what's going on, Terracope? Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a good night so far. Guys, we are doing the scary ghost stories at night tonight here on HSFL Paranormal. I hope you guys do enjoy it. Am I laggy to you guys? No booming sound here. Okay. Guys, am I lagging like super bad? I'm doing really good. Bambi Shift the Fam. Can't stay long. Fix my windshield. Ah, shoot. Sorry to hear about that. Do you know why I got a thing from your other channel asking me to like the channel? Yeah, I'm the one who sent the note there, Lori Johnson. I'm a control of both YouTube channels on Facebook. So I was actually the one who sent you that message on Presence of the Unknown. Terry Cope. Did I say it wrong? Yeah, I know, it's lagging bad tonight. I don't know why. So I hate OBS. Encoder overloaded. Consider turning the video settings. Okay, let's see here. Is that working better? Nope. Okay, hold on. Man. Sorry guys, this is really lagging and I'm trying to figure out why this is happening. So just give me 1 second here. Alright. Output. Bitrate. 1400. Let's see video. Let's see if this fixes it. Hopefully. So I changed the bit rate to see if that makes things work. Hopefully that works. How's it going, Annie Grace Cooper? Good to see you. Yeah, so it was having a few issues. I just moved the bit rate down. It looks like there's a little lag, but it seems to be running a little bit better. They say it lags no matter what country you're in because of all the gamers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Hey, PSPR Paranormal Pursuit, what is going on, my friend? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm not lagging now. It seems to be running efficiently. I hope everybody's enjoying this. Good to see you. It's been a long time since I've seen you in my chat, PSPR. It's awesome. Welcome. I'm seeing you fine. Trying to restart your stream. No, that would have been a pain in the butt, Kenneth. Let's see, Kenneth. Yes, John. Okay. Alright, sorry guys. I'm trying to make sure everything's working properly so you guys can enjoy the show and not have to worry about anything. So, let's see. Solar box. No, I need. If anybody here is new to the channel and would like to consider subscribing, your name will be brought up in bright lights if you decide to subscribe to my channel, and it'll move the little tinker at the bottom where it says 1715. Probably said that now, and there's probably going to be a troll situation, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Thank you guys for all your support. Sorry, I'm trying to get back here. I was kind of preoccupied by how bad it was lagging. My computer's running pretty hard tonight for some reason, even though I restarted it and reset the internet before I got on here, because this stream does take a lot of internet. Let's see here. Alright. Making sure everything's working properly. Hey, Unearthly Wonderings, what is going on? So is everything working great now, guys? Can you see it clearly? Okay, viewer count. Okay, let's try this. That should be better there. Oh my god, dude, come on. Okay, so that's that. And then the chat box is not coming up again, because this thing loves to mess with my chat box. So there we go. That should re-enable it, hopefully. Okay, so hopefully that goes back on. We're just gotta be patient. Hey, welcome in the sharpshooter, the man fam. Welcome, James. Good to see you, buddy. Alright, so guys, okay, now it's working perfectly fine. Awesome. And the chat's now in red. Cool. That's kind of how I wanted it. Alright, so we are going to be doing scary ghost stories at night. All good. Okay. Awesome, awesome. So I hope you guys do enjoy this stream. If so, please smash that like button. If you like how the outlook of this channel looks, please consider supporting my channel and also smashing the like button. Share this out on social media, on Facebook and Twitter, and this should be a pretty epic stream. So I hope you guys enjoy. So I will get to the stories that people did submit to me. Wow, 30 likes already, you guys? Hoo-wee. Yeah, you ain't joking. 30 likes already. Holy mother of nature, yes. Oh, Mother Nature's here. Oh, gotcha. Just kidding. Hey, Mama. Hey, Mother Nature. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, that's awesome. 30 likes. That is badass. You guys rock it. Alright, let's go. Okay. So this one's called Come On, Let's Go. There was two young girls named Emma and Veronica who lived on the same street. It was Halloween night, and Emma's parents were gone away for the weekend. She was a little nervous about being on her own in the house overnight, so she invited her friend Veronica to keep her company. The girls planned to have a sleepover. During the day, they swapped clothes and did each other's hair and nails. Hey, what is going on, Creators Alliance? Good to see you, City Girl, Country Heart, Unearthly Wanderings. Welcome, everybody. Girls planned to have a sleepover during the day. The girls swapped clothes and did each other's hair and nails. In the evening, they ordered pizza and watched a horror movie. Now and then, the group of kids would ring the doorbell and yell, "Trick or treat!" These girls were having fun handing out the candy. Afterwards, the girls spent a long time chatting and gossiping about the other kids that they knew about at school. It was past midnight and the girls were both tired, so they decided it was time to go to sleep. Emma got into her own bed while Veronica slept on the floor. The room was completely silent, and Emma was gradually drifting off to sleep, and then Veronica started to woke up and started to shake her friend. "Come on, let's go downstairs. I want some ice cream," she said loudly. Emma very sleepily muttered, "I'm not hungry." But I am," replied Veronica. "I want to go downstairs. Come on." Emma turned over in bed. "There is no ice cream in the freezer," she moaned. "We ate it all." "Let's go to the store then, and we'll buy some." "I don't want any," mumbled her friend. "You go on your own." No, it's not safe to walk alone at night," Veronica said. "Come on, let's go." Emma lay in bed, trying to ignore her. "Please, Emma," Veronica said. "Please, I really want some ice cream." Tears were running down her face. Emma was exhausted. She was sick and tired of listening to her friend whine. "Okay, Veronica," she shouted. "If it's that important to you, I'll go to the shop with you. Just calm down." The girls dressed up in their coats. As soon as they left the house, Veronica grabbed her friend's hand and started dragging her in the opposite direction. "This isn't the store," she said. "Shh, we're going to the police station." When I looked in the mirror, I saw a man holding an axe under her bed. Ooh. So the scary part was at the very end. Hey, awesome. Whoa, Whoa, Tony Stouse, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. Sorry, that actually didn't come up right. Tony Stouse has just subscribed to your channel. Awesome. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Thank you. Okay, let's reset that alert box, actually. Okay, so now, I don't know why it's so... For some reason, it like supersized that alert box. Oh shoot, did I lose it? No. Okay, there we go. What? Herman Raid? What's going on? Herman, thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Oh my god, you're awesome, man. Thank you. Hey, awesome. Thank you, Jelly Duck. Awesome. What's up, Tony with the Y? Yes, Tony, thank you so much for your support, man. I really appreciate it. That is awesome. So, it didn't come up quite properly, but the next person who subscribes to my channel, it will light your name up fully in bright lights across the screen. So, welcome everybody from the Herm Raid. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So how did you guys like that story? That ending gave me the creeps. And if you guys see anything on the EMF reader, let me know. It's being awfully quiet tonight for how haunted my house is usually. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for your guys' support. If you guys haven't supported my channel yet, please consider doing so. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, get notified of all the new content. Hey, Hen Kid, what is going on? So good to see you. Welcome. Yes, I got glasses on because my studio lighting, if you can't see, that is my studio lights. They are very bright, but they illuminate my whole room, so that's awesome. I really appreciate you, the person who just subscribed. Thank you so much. And your name was Tony Shouse? I hope I got that right. It's like house with a S. So it's a Shouse. So cool. Thank you so much for your support, my friend. Alright, so next story. How did you guys like that story? Did that one creep you guys out at the end there? Because it did to me. It gave me the shivers. Oof. I mean, could you really imagine being in that situation? Oh, come on, Terracope. You always do this joke every time. Alright, I won't be surprised. Have you guys seen it go off at all? Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, what's going on, St. Rose Boss? I'll get to your story probably in like... Actually... It's pretty late for you, so I might as well read it right now. Yeah, not over ice cream, seriously. Like and enjoy the setup on the screen. Awesome. I'm glad you liked the live stream and how it looks. I kind of changed the theme of the different colors. Like one night it will be like the moon or the creepy house one, but tonight's the TV one with the hand on the screen. So, okay. Not yet? Okay. But let me get to your story there, St. Robos. I assure you. Okay, so this story comes from Saint Robos, Saints Robos, and he submitted this to my my YouTube channel on Facebook. My Facebook fan page for HSFL Paranormal. So this is his story. The following event took place in the summer before my 23rd birthday. I was on Discord chatting with friends on a friend's server just before this happened. I had an out-of-body experience where I was outside of my body. I saw my body on my bed below me. I felt my heart stop for a half a second before I went outside of my body. Dawn appeared and she said that it was not the first time. Sorry, it was not my first time when pushed me back into my body. Dawn is her nickname, not her real name. Okay. Dawn is my late girlfriend. This whole event transpired about 5 minutes before I came to. I got back on the phone and told my friends what had happened over Discord. After the experience, I started becoming more aware of the energy around me. Then I realized that my near-death experience triggered my latent ability to awaken. Turns out the ability runs in my family on my mother's side. It has been over 2 years since this has happened. So that was from Saints Robos. So that was a true story. Just thought John was cool for the nighttime sunglasses. Oh yeah, for sure. No, but they did. Well, technically, I changed my name, so it doesn't count for. Oh, gotcha. Thank you for the 23 people that are still viewing, guys. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash that like button and you tweet this out on Twitter. That would really help me to get the word out that I'm live. So, Kim Fitzgerald, I just retweeted your I just retweeted your tweet. So, cool. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Hey, Kenneth the Kentucky fam shared your video. Awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Really do. I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Herman the Great for the awesome raid. That was super rad. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. My brother from another YouTube mother. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Yeah, I wonder where Fee is too. Hey, Native Grammy, what is going on? Good to see you. Welcome. Alright, let's see here. 25 people watching. Jesus. Awesome. I just want to see real quick why this isn't working. This always has issues. There's so many technical difficulties with OBS, like, because there's so many things working at the same time. Because I'm actually put Streamlabs integrations onto OBS, if that makes sense. Because I can't get Streamlabs on the MacBook. Alright. Count. So that was alert box. No. Hey, Lost Souls Vlogs and Gaming, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for coming by. I do appreciate it. Alright, real quick, just give me 1 second here. I'm still trying to work out the bug here. It should be counter 2. Yeah. There it is. Yep. Okay, sorry. It's just resetting. Okay, back to the stories, guys. Yes, welcome Lost Souls Vlogs and Gaming. What is going on? Good to see you. It looks like it says 28 people in the house according to the counter. I thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate that. So let me get back here. This story looks creepy, but is far too long for my taste. I like to do like 3 to 5 minutes. I don't like to go above that. This one's called Mary Shaw. Oh, no kidding. Oh, awesome. Ghost. Okay, so this is Ghost Finders 321. Oh, awesome, man. Cool. I did not know that. And I did subscribe to your channel, right? Yeah, I did subscribe to your other channel. Okay, cool. We are all set. Thank you, guys. Okay, this one's called Mary Shaw. Mary Shaw is a scary poem. Oh, Yeah, see, I don't like poems. I mean, I like poems. I just don't think that was good. Ray the Fam, what is up? Alright, this one's called Shadow in the Mirror. There was once a woman who lived by herself in a quaint house in the country. Her husband had passed away about 5 years back. She was planning on moving back. One day, while unpacking some of her husband's things, she noticed the temperature dropped really low. Let's see, dropped really low. Wow, I just lost my spot. She walked down the hall to check the thermostat. When she had got there, it showed that there was no difference in temperature. She thought about it and figured it must have been broken. Oh, excuse me. She decided that she would call somebody to fix it the next day. When she passed the mirror on the wall on the way back, she saw some movement in the shadow in the reflection. The temperature suddenly returned to normal, and then she looked back at the mirror and there was nothing there. She shrugged and went on packing. A couple days later, the temperature dropped again. Again, the woman went to the thermostat to show no change. Hey, Kim Fitzgerald, Rock Fam, how's it going? She remembered that she had forgotten to call to repair it. She promised herself that she would call after her TV show that she had been watching. Sorry, just get suddenly tired. When she passed the mirror, she suddenly saw the shadow move again. She stopped. In the reflections, she saw a shadow. Nothing but a shadow. Slightly translucent but visible. The shape was indescribable. It changed shape, like flowing water, about the size of a tall person. It stepped from the wall behind the woman, and when she turned around to see his face, there was nothing there. Now she was scared. She began to tremble. Slowly, they turned back to the mirror. The figure was still there and got closer. She screamed out, "Help!" but there was no answer came. James, you're probably messing with me about the yawning thing, I know it. Closer and closer it came. A few weeks later, the woman's friend stopped by to say hello. She knocked and knocked, and there was no answer. The next day, the police officer came out to investigate. There was nothing but a few boxes and a TV on. It was put down as an unsolved case. The house was soon cleared out and put on the market. Many years, the house remained empty. With all the stories going around. It remained empty with all the stories that had been going around about it. One day, a small family consisting of a mother, father, and daughter moved in from the city into the house. As well, one day the temperature began to drop. The daughter went into asked the parents to see what had happened. They did not know. They went to see the temperature, and they went to go check on the temperature. Sorry, I'm trying not to. I just got off work, guys, so don't hate. Let's see. The daughter went back to playing with her dolls in the room. She looked up in the mirror and saw the shadow peeking behind the reflection of the bed. But when her parents came in to tell her that something the next day to fix the thermostat, that she would have to wait for a while. When they finished saying this, the temperature went back to normal. The parents said, "Never mind." A few weeks later, the temperature dropped again. The girl was brushing her hair at the time in front of the mirror, and she saw the shadow behind the reflection and started to creep towards her. She screamed. Her parents came to her asking what had happened. Oh, her parents, they did not believe her. She tried to make her believe, but there was no use. They took her to a psychologist to get her help. When she came home, she believed that it was a small figment of her imagination. She'd probably have to keep believing that, except about a year later, again, the temperature had dropped. The girl was by herself, and the parents had gone to the theater and left her alone. She was 13 years old. She was experiencing with makeup at the time in front of the mother's mirror, and she started in terror about the thing that crept out from behind her bed. She trembled but did not call out. She knew no one would come, and now it had done this before. The thing came closer and closer and closer. When the parents came out to find the house empty, their daughter was nowhere to be found. The police made another similar unsolved case. The house still stands to this day, and they're still on the market if you want to buy it. It is a bargain. Oh, come on. LOL. Hey, Paranormal White Noise, what is going on? Okay, I'm sorry. I can't help it, guys. No. I hope you guys are having fun, enjoying these stories. I hope everybody is enjoying the live stream. Let's see right now. We are 30 minutes into the live stream, you guys. Let's see here. Alright, so we've had 40 people watching so far. Guys, make sure you tweet this out, share this out on Facebook and Twitter. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Hey, Cynthia, what is going on? Good to see you. Cynthia Boyd is from our Paranormal team, Presence of the Unknown. So say hello to Cynthia. Yeah, it's been a long day, you guys. I just got off work. I went to work at 2 p.m. my time and worked just until about an hour and a half ago. Came home and wanted to hang out with you guys. I'm not really tired. I just have this problem with this live stream like late at night. I yawn a lot, but I'm gonna go grab some water. Hey, Dave Harding, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I know. Oh yeah, no, I'm well aware. Thank you guys for having fun. I hope you guys are having fun, so thank you so much. If anybody hasn't considered subscribing to my channel yet, please consider doing so and helping to support the stream. If you guys like this kind of content, just smash that like button and you guys will get to see more of it. Please share this out on Facebook and Twitter. That goes to helping get the word out that I am live, that this awesome place exists where I get to share scary ghost stories with you. And if you want to share your scary ghost story with me, if you have a personal one, you can share it on my Facebook page. So there we go. All right. Money Rig, what's up? How's it going? Good to see you. Been a long time. I took a break from YouTube and cleaned house. Oh, nice. Awesome, my friend. Well, welcome back. Money Rig, are you new to the channel? I hope everybody's having a good night so far. Let's do a quick check here. We have 26 people in the house. We have 37 thumbs up. Awesome. Almost 40 thumbs up on this video. So that is super cool, guys. I really do appreciate it. Almost 40 thumbs up in 30 minutes. I like the looks of it. Awesome. Alright, so let's get to the next story, you guys. So is the Oh, you're not new. Oh, okay, gotcha. No problem. Well, thank you for coming by the stream. I do appreciate it. Alright. Okay. So we got some more stories here. Really hoping this is a short story. Okay, it's somewhat short. It's 5 minutes long, so I hope you guys do enjoy. Oh, okay. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you as well, Dave Harding. We hope to see you again, my friend. Okay, something's up now with my phone charger not charging, so don't want to lose the chat. You should read my stream. Hey, yo, guys, I actually want to do something real quick, since I have 26 people in the chat. Do you think we can go raid Herman the Great real quick? I kind of want to just pull a prank out on him, since he raided me, and so I'm gonna just raid him right back. So let me grab his stream link real quick. I just want to get his views up on this video here. So let me grab. Alright, let me see here. Alright, let's go raid Herman the Great real quick, and then you guys can come back and listen to more stories. Here's the link for Herman the Great's live stream, guys. Please make sure you go and put in HSFL raid. He's really close to 2K right now too, guys. Like, I mean, 40 something away. So please go make sure you guys go support his channel and put in HSFL raid just like that. And I'll see you guys over there. I kind of want to just hear what he says. Okay, there we go. Okay, guys, click on that link. Go support Herman.
Alright, everyone, I'm back. I'm taking a crowd. Hey, HSFL Paranormal, what's going on, my friend? Thanks
Hold on.
for raiding the stream. I just came back from
here we go.
break.
Come on, guys.
Thank you so much for raiding
Put
the
in the HSFL raid. Hit that link. Let's go spam the crap out of this.
Saints Row Ross, what's going on, my friend? Thank you so much for dropping by and for raiding the stream as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I actually just texted HSFL and his Hello Raiders, not those kind of Raiders. I actually just texted HSFL Paranormal and told them to raid my stream. But thank you so much, HSFL. I appreciate that, my friend. We raided his stream, of course, a little earlier. And everybody, if you guys want to, please hit that like button.
Yeah, guys, please go smash his like button, you guys.
Subscribe, hit the notification bell if you so choose to do so. I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, guys, he is like.
Something's going on. Hey, Sharpshooter, what's going on, my friend? So,
yeah, he's really close.
Just kidding. Sharpshooter's awesome.
He is really close to 2K, you guys. So please go subscribe to his channel.
Hey, Tara Cope, how's it going? Or Terry Cope, sorry, Terry Cope. Tara Cope, Terry Cope. Wonder Pup is there. Please smash the like button. Thank you so much, James. You're a trading mod. That's okay.
So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I try to help my friends here. Guys, please go click that link and go support Herman the Great. He's an awesome YouTuber. Whoop. Alright, guys. So that is Herman the Great. Please go put in HSFL raid if you haven't already. So he's one of my best buddies. I like to mess with him and stuff. So okay, you have to go, and see you next time. Okay, Nox TV, have a good night, my friend. I hope you have a wonderful night. Take care. Much love and light, my friend. Thank you for coming to the stream and supporting. I do appreciate it. Let's see. Lori Marty, welcome. Oh, hey, Lori, how are you doing? So good to see you. Oh, awesome. You went to the stream. You went to the raid beforehand. Okay, awesome. Yeah, Lori, you're an awesome supporter. Thank you so much for your support. All right. Hey, American Bulldog, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Alrighty, so let's get to the next scary story. We are going to talk about maggots in this next story. That's my schedule, 2 p.m. to 11. Yeah, it's a tough schedule. Alright. Maggots is a true story. Alright. One bright night, a small Yorkshire town, a postman named Mr. Willens was on his way home. He was walking past a graveyard. Something had caught his attention. He noticed a luminous, glowing light coming from one of the graves. It was the grave of a villager named Peters, who had recently died. Awesome. Thank you guys. Yeah, if you haven't already, please make sure you go support Herman the Great. I'll post his link again. Put in HSFL raid, hashtag HSFL raid. If you haven't already, go subscribe to his channel. He is awesome. Awesome. 42 likes. I like that. Thank you guys. Sweet. Back to 27 people. Awesome. Alright, so we are getting back here. When he looked closer, he realized it was a large, slimy blob crawling out of the grave. It was wriggling back and forth as it had emerged. It looked huge. It was a luminous maggot. A ghastly thing seemed to extrude pure evil. The mixture of horror and fascination, Mr. Willis had watched the maggot slither along the ground, leaving a gleaming trail of disgusting slime behind it. Snaking out through the tombstones, the mysterious thing crawled out of the graveyard where it had come to the Vickler house nearby, and it disappeared out of sight. The following day, Mullins told his wife about his friend. Wife and his best friend about this chilling experience. That night, three of them decided to go to the graveyard. They wanted to see if they could figure out what this hideous apparition might be. Hey, thank you so much, Unearthly Wanderings. I appreciate it. Let's see. They waited, and just as the night before, the dreadful worm oozed out of Peter's grave and made his way through the cemetery. They watched. The thing was crawling towards the Vickler's house again and disappeared. The next day, the Mullins the Mullins and their friend got a severe shock when they heard the Vickler family had become suddenly ill. As the hours ticked by, their condition grew worse, and by sunset, Vicker and his entire family was dead. The doctors examined them, said they died of thymine poisoning. Nice. Awesome. This is the type of poisoning that is caused by exposure to a petrifying corpse. Mullen and his wife and their friend were determined more than ever to get to the bottom of this horrible apparition's origin. After dark, name of the show, that night they ventured once again into the village graveyard to keep watch. I don't know why I just unplugged this. Hold on. To keep watch. The hideous glowing worm wiggled once again and slithered between the tombstones, leaving a slime in its wake. This time they followed it. They saw it go to the village blacksmith's home, where it got through the front door and suddenly vanished. The next morning, the blacksmith and his whole family became ill, and just like the Vickler family, the whole blacksmith's family died of thymine poisoning. Frightening more and more baffled than ever, the Mullins and his companions decided to keep watch for that night, but nothing happened. Although they were relieved, they decided to continue their nightly vigil at the graveyard for at least another week, just in case. 10 nights after it first appeared, the glowing worm emerged from the grave once again, and it crawled from the graveyard. Mr. and Mrs. Mullins realized to their horror it was going in the direction of their house, and they followed it, and when the maggot got to the front door, it disappeared. The couple were horrified, and they ran into the house, looking around, no trace of the maggot. When they went upstairs, their 5-year-old son was sleeping peacefully up in his bed. The couple breathed a sigh of relief and went back downstairs. Next morning, however, Mullen and his wife went to wake their son, found he was extremely sick. The little boy seized a fit of vomiting. Within the hour, he was dead. Stricken with grief and filled with anger, the Mullins and his wife wanted revenge. The grave maggot crawled out of the grave of a man named Peters. After asking around, they found out that he had been a mean, vicious, distasteful man, and he made his life miserable for him and his neighbors, and particularly didn't like the Viskers and the blacksmith. That night, they paid a visit to the graveyard, and this time they were armed with shovels and gasoline. They dug up Peters, pulled the coffin, and cracked open the lid. Holding the lantern, peered inside and saw the face of the corpse. Mr. Peters grinned at them. His body was not decayed, and there was a look of malevolence and intense evil frozen on his twisted face. They took one look at him and slammed it down in horror. After regaining their nerves, they dragged him into the coffin into a field nearby. They threw the lid and poured gasoline all over the corpse. Mullins struck a match and threw it on the corpse, which burst into flames. Mullins and his wife stood and watched the blaze until the coffin and the corpse were reduced to ashes. After scattering his remains with a shovel and sprinkling them with holy water, they returned to the grave and filled it again. After they kept vigil for a few days afterward, strange things started. The strange glowing maggot of doom was never seen again. Awesome. Okay, see you soon. Yeah, I mean, this is a true story, actually. That's what's crazy about this, guys. How'd you guys like that story? Yeah, Kim, I'll look forward to seeing you soon. Enjoy your dinner, my friend. What do you guys think of that story? That's pretty creepy, you guys. Alright. Ugh. So bright. City Girl can come back now. Oh. Yeah, what happened to City Girl? Yeah. Okay. So that's a pretty intense, scary, creepy story. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If so, if you haven't already, smash the like button, share this out. That helps the stream. 43 likes right now. That is awesome. That's only in the first hour, so that's really rad. Woo-wee, I appreciate it, guys. Alright, so we have almost 80 views in the first hour of this live stream, which is awesome. Dang it, I hate this thing, man. Alright, this dang iPhone cord. I need a better extension plug for my studio. This is just not working out for me at all. But I make do with what I have, right? Okay. Yeah, that one was pretty creepy. The maggot story. Yeah. Oh, the video creeped out City Girl Country Heart? Oh, I'm so sorry, City Girl. That was not my intention. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, City Girl Country Heart. Oh no. Somebody please tell City Girl that story is over. And tell her I'm sorry for reading that one. I didn't mean to scare her. I've never had anybody get scared off the stream before. That is a first here on HSFL Paranormal. Okay. All right. This one's called A Bad Dream. The little girl opened the door to the parents' bedroom in the middle of the night. "Daddy, I had a bad dream," she said. Her father looked at her in her eyes, and as she sat up in bed, leaned on his elbows, the digital alarm clock was glowing red in the darkness. It was 3:33 a.m. "Do you want to climb into bed and tell me about it?" he asked. "Yes, Daddy," came a reply. Wow, awesome. It doesn't say how old she is. Just a little girl, supposedly. No, came a reply. "No, Daddy," came a reply. "Oh, the oddness of the situation made him wake up more fully." Wait, let me read this again. The little girl opened her door to her parents' bedroom one night. "Daddy, I had a bad dream," she said. The father looked up in his eyes and said, blanked his eyes, sat up in bed, leaned on his elbows, and the digital alarm clock read 3:33 a.m. "Do you want to climb into bed and tell me about it?" he asked. "No, Daddy," came the reply. The oddness of the situation made him wake up more fully. He could barely make out his daughter's pale form, outlined in the light of the doorway. "Why not, sweetie?" The little girl began to cry. "Because in my dream, when I told you about the dream, the thing wearing Mommy's skin sat up," she whined. For a moment, he felt paralyzed, unable to take his eyes off his daughter. Then he left the covers behind him, beginning to shift. Oh my god. That one creeped me out. Well, that's a good thing. I mean, I had my house blessed, so I'm really hoping that the spirits just moved on from my property. Because people have seen this stream multiple times with my EMF, and it goes crazy in my house. So this is actually nice that it's not going crazy right now. This is a good sign that my house, maybe the spirit of the lady who died in this room has finally moved on. Because I don't acknowledge the spirits in the house. I know they exist. I just don't really give them the attention that they want. Oh, that story creeped me out. Uh-huh. Alright, let me get back here. Yeah, the skinwalker thing. That was a little freaky. Alright, let's see. Where am I at right now with people watching? We have 22 people watching. Awesome. Thank you guys. Let's see. Scary stories. Alright. This one is called the Red Spot. It's about an urban legend. One night, a young girl was sleeping in her bed. A spider crawled across her face. It stopped for a few minutes on her left cheek and then went on its way. She woke up the next morning and looked in the mirror and noticed a red spot on her cheek. "What is this?" she asked her mother. "It looks like a spider bite," the mother said. "It will go away, just don't scratch it." The small red spot grew into a big red boil. "Look at it now, it's getting even bigger," she said. "That happens sometimes. It's all coming to a head." In the next few days, the red spot got even larger. "Look at it now. It hurts so much and it makes me look so ugly. We'll have the doctors look at it," she said. "Maybe it's infected." The doctor couldn't see the girl until the next day. That night, she decided to take a nice relaxing bath. When she lay soaking in the warm water, the boil suddenly burst. Out poured tiny spiders from their eggs. A swarm of tiny spiders from the eggs her mother had laid in the cheek. Ew. Yeah, that one is creepy. LOLTS. Awesome. Nice. Got my glasses on so I can type properly. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Alright, this one's called One Sunday Morning. You guys are hilarious. Sunday morning is a scary story about a young girl who is always late for Mass at church. There was once a young girl, her name was Josephine. She was habitually late to morning Mass at her local church. She always forgot to set her alarm. She would never wake up in time. Finally, she decided to She tried to tell her parents off, and she decided she'll never be late for Mass again. That Sunday morning, Josephine woke up at midnight, unaware of what time it was. She thought she had overslept and jumped out of bed quickly. She got dressed and ran out the door without even looking at the clock. It was still dark outside, but usually was dark at this time of year. It was very quiet, and nobody was on the street. The only sound she could hear was her own footsteps on the pavement as she hurried towards the church. And when she heard the church bell ring, she quickened her pace and looked at the took the shortcut through the cemetery. And when she got to the church, the service was about to begin. She found her seat and looked around. To much of her surprise, she didn't recognize anybody. The church was filled with people she had never seen before. They were staring straight ahead and looked at an eerie silence hung around the gathering. When the priest came out to celebrate Mass, Josephine realized she was a stranger too. The priest told the congregation to pray for the young girl named Francine, who had died the night before. Josephine was shocked. She knew that Francine had never she had never heard that poor girl was even ill. Something was radically wrong. She began to feel very uneasy. She looked around, and as her eyes began to adjust to the dim light, she saw somebody she knew, an old woman sitting in the back of the church. Josephine heart sank when she remembered the old lady had died a year before. Looking at the front of the church, she saw that people were sitting looked oddly strange. Their skin began to become pearly white. Some of them just turned their head, and Josephine looked in horror that he was nothing but a skeleton in a suit, just a skull and bones. This is a mass for the dead, thought Josephine. Everybody is dead, except for me. The specter's mass. She noticed that some of them were staring at her. Their eyes were filled with anger, and it was clear to her that she had no business there. Suddenly, she felt a tap on her shoulder. Nervously, she turned around to see her grandfather sitting in the row behind her. He had been dead for 3 years. He had been dead for 3 years. There was a worried look on his face. He leaned towards her and whispered in his ear. "Leave right now while you still can," he hissed. "You don't belong here." Josephine immediately grabbed her coat and walked quickly towards the door. She heard the sound of hollow footsteps walking and echoing behind her, and she glanced back. The dead were rising out of the seats and following her. Their faces were twisted in fury and hate. Josephine was tired and dashed through the door, and a pack of shrieking ghosts snapped at her heels. She felt skeleton hands grabbing her, trying to stop her from leaving. She twisted around, struggling free from herself from the grasp. Her coat was ripped off, and her hat snatching from her head, just as she had mangled to slip out the door. Screaming and crying, and almost out of her mind with fear, she ran over to tell her parents what had happened. Later that day, somebody had came to the house, holding what was left of Josephine's coat and hat. They had been found in the cemetery, torn to shreds. Wow, that's creepy. So skeletal. I need to go back into the comments. So what do you guys think of these stories? I think some of these I've definitely read before, because I think I remember saying that one, but it's been a long time. And there's some new people, so some of them haven't heard these stories. Okay. Just trying to read the comments here. Okay, cool. I'm glad everybody's liking the stream. I hope you guys do. If so, please make sure, if you haven't already, to share this out on Facebook and tweet this out. That would really, really help. It would be greatly appreciated. Okay, let's see here. I'm just checking the Facebook page. Thank you, everybody. Alright. Awesome stories. Cool. Glad you guys like them. And I got a notification from somewhere. It's Google. Okay. The night it rained. One rainy night in October, a man was driving past the cemetery. He saw a young boy walking in the rain. The man stopped and asked the boy if he wanted a ride. The boy approached the car. His face was pale, his clothes were wet, and he was shaking like a leaf. He opened the door and got into the passenger seat without saying a word. Sorry. And the man felt sorry for the boy. He gave him his red sweater to keep warm, and the boy's teeth were shattering, and he was shivering. When they got to the boy's house, the man stopped the car. The boy got out. The man told him to keep the sweater, and he would come back for it the next day. "What is your name?" he said. "Timmy," the boy replied. The next day, the man went to the boy's house to pick up the sweater. When he had knocked on the door, the woman answered. He introduced himself, and he asked where Timmy was. "What is this about?" she said. The man said, "I gave Timmy a ride home last night in the pouring rain and gave him a red sweater to keep warm." The woman stared at him, and her eyes welled up with tears. "I'm sorry, you must be mistaken," she said. My Timmy died almost a year ago." The man apologized and left, very confused, and his head was spinning. He drove to the cemetery and found Timmy's grave. Lying on top of it was the red sweater. Wow. That's more sad than scary. I kind of feel bad for Timmy there. Of course, YouTube decides to load. Uh-oh. What happened to Terry Cope? Sorry, I'm just getting back here onto the chat. My app just decided to start to reload at midnight, so... Where is Sam and Dean when you need them? Who is Sam and Dean? Am I missing something out here? Oh, dropped your phone. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That does suck. Oh, shoot. Terry Cope, I'm so sorry. So frustrating. I did that not too long ago. Not with this new phone, but with my old phone. It is midnight here. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, Terry Cope. That's rough. The Winchester John Supernatural. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So my meter literally hasn't gone off tonight, huh? That's crazy. If anybody is here with me in this house, can you touch this meter and let me know you're here? Wow. Okay. Interesting. Cool. So maybe the spirits moved on out of my house. Hey, do you guys mind if I took like a few second break to go get something to drink and take a quick smoke break? And I will be right back. I just need to try to get my energy back up here. Actually, I might just get some water. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. No, I don't want to lose those I don't want to lose the supporters here because there's like 22 people in the house right now. So I'll just grab some water. All right. Lost souls, that's rough. Okay. Alrighty, that is... Okay, so let's see here. Are we almost at 50 likes already? Wow. Damn, thank you guys. That's awesome. The Night It Rained. We just read that one. This one is called The Teeth. I believe I've read all these before. But to those who are new here and haven't heard them before, hope you guys enjoy. So I'll read this one again. Let's see. This one's called Teeth. Okay. Joseph was running down the street, and he had no idea why. His heart was racing, and all he could hear was his heartbeat in his ears as he ran down the cobblestone street. Was he dreaming, or was he awake? Was this really happening, or was he just having a nightmare? He wasn't sure. It was night, and the sky was pitch black. The only light was coming from the footsteps, which were illuminated, or street lamps, not footsteps, street lamps that illuminated the deserted, unfamiliar streets. He didn't recognize any of the streets. He didn't know where he was, but he kept running. He couldn't remember where he had come from or why and had no idea where he was going. All that he knew is he just had to run. Something was after him, something horrible, something unmistakable. He had to get away. Oh, that sucks, Tony. I got so much protection on this new iPhone XS Max. I'm not wrecking this phone. I've destroyed every other iPhone I've had, so I put on that layer of glass on top of it plus a case. If this was a dream, why couldn't he wake up? If it wasn't a dream, then where was he and how did he get there? He turned a corner and saw that there was a man standing at the end of the street. So Joseph came up and ran up to him and asked for his help. The man turned around and grinned. His grin became wider and wider, revealing razor-sharp teeth. They almost looked like shark teeth, and when he noticed his eyes, they were completely black and cold and dead, just like the eyes of a shark. Joseph ran. He ran up one of the streets and down the other. He came up to a dead end, and then quickly turned around and ran the opposite direction. He kept looking over his shoulders, worried that the man with the teeth was following him. Just then, he bumped into somebody. He looked up and saw it was a policeman. It was a huge sigh of relief, and when he asked the policeman for help, the policeman turned around and grinned. His grin grew wider and wider and wider, revealing the set of razor-sharp teeth. It almost looked like shark teeth. And his eyes too were completely cold and black, just like the eyes of a shark. And when running through the alleyway, he jumped over the gate. He ran through the narrow road into the deserted street. He realized he saw a street that looked familiar. He had been there before. He was sure of it. He lived near there. As he ran, he could see the house up ahead. Joseph awoke with a scream. He realized that he was back in his own bed. It was just a dream. His heart was beating fast, and he was covered in a cold sweat. But he was relieved to be at home, safe and sound in his own bedroom. His parents came running into the room, a concerned look on their faces. "What is wrong?" he asked his mother. "I had a nightmare." "What happened?" "I saw people with shark teeth, and I just kept running away." The mother and father both grinned. Their grins became wider and wider and wider, revealing razor-sharp teeth. They almost looked like shark teeth. And when he noticed their eyes were completely black and cold, just like the eyes of a shark. "Why do you keep running away?" said his mother. "You can't escape," said his father. End of story. Whew. I don't know. If I saw my mom and my relatives had shark teeth, I'd probably run too. My screen protect. Okay. Y'all are taking a smoke break. I'm gonna go smoke real quick and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. What is up guys? I hope everybody's having a good time. 22 people still in the house. Looks awesome. Thank you guys for waiting. I do appreciate you guys holding on just for a moment. Alright. I am back. Yeah, struggle's real, Terry Cope. I hear you. Struggle is real. I am in the same situation. Yeah. Alright, guys. Let's see here. Alright. Did any of you guys see my new cemetery video? If so, what did you guys think of it? Is there any changes that you would like to see on future videos? Because I'm going to be doing a lot more, and I'm going to be working with Ian a lot more. Oh, exciting news. Ian is actually joining us on Presence of the Unknown. That guy that I worked with, who's a longtime friend of mine, that we did that last cemetery video, he's going to be joining us on Presence of the Unknown. So that's super cool news. So you'll be seeing a lot more of Ian on future investigations. He is a amazing photographer, and I will be showcasing some of his photography on my Facebook page as soon as he decides to post them. So be looking really forward to some of his stuff. Yeah, Ian's cool people. I've known him since 2012. Ian is really good guy. He is going to be the team kind of skeptic because he doesn't really believe in the paranormal. Well, I mean, he wants to believe in the paranormal. He just isn't quite sure about it yet. So yeah, yes, Ian is going to be now the main. He's going to be like the team skeptic, and but he really does want to try to join Presence of the Unknown and try to understand the paranormal. Well, I saw the first part of it. It just ended, so I was like, what the hell? Haven't finished the second part. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, you might just need to refresh it. If anybody hasn't checked out my new video yet, you totally should. And I'll post the link right here in the chat. It is an awesome video. There it is. My new cemetery video in 4K. So let me know what you guys think of the new video in the comment section. It's pretty epic. I have it on right now. I have set this up through OBS, so I can't show it live. Otherwise I would. But maybe tomorrow night I can do a little thing, because I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow night on this channel, doing the Let's Hear Your Scariest Paranormal Stories, where I have people come up or call in and tell their scariest stories. And let's see here. Cherry Coke, my little tree is already down. My kitten knocked over and all of that. Oh, sorry to hear about that. Okay. So let's see. How do you guys like the banner? Do you guys want to keep seeing things like the banner? Where it's scrolling across. I also have the artwork done on the bottom, the cemetery in the backdrop for the see here. Yeah, so that the cemetery is the most haunted cemetery in my county where I live. It's well documented as being incredibly haunted. You and Ian seem to work great together, like my son and his good friends. You made me laugh. Yeah, we were joking around a lot on that live stream, just kind of having fun. We're going to be doing it a lot more, probably on both channels. So we're going to be definitely working. Ian's going to probably be on both channels pretty frequently coming up here soon. So he's just as much as a part of HSFL Paranormal as I am with, or as he is with Presence of the Unknown. So he's going to be a great addition to the team. So everybody, welcome Ian to HSFL and Presence of the Unknown. He is going to help me with some of this stuff, so it's going to be super cool. Let me do a quick look at here. We have 48 guys. We are actually 49. It says 48 on my side, but it's 49 likes. So we are one away from getting 50 likes on this video. That is epic, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for the 21 people watching still. I do appreciate all your support. Oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah, I ended up finding that the backdrop on Google, and it's actually where it's like the unrestricted, so anybody can use it copyright free. So that's where I found that. I get some of my artwork ideas from there. If I don't like something from there, I'll hand draw it out myself, like the little ghost. I just added the Santa hat to him recently, so that was pretty cool. He's going to add an additional personality to the group. I can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be really fun. So let me see here. Back to the stories. All right. The little white dog. There was an old woman who had no family still living. Her only friend was a little white dog who went everywhere with her, with one exception. The dog loved the fireplace in the winter. And after the old woman had went to bed, he would sometimes go lay in the fire in front of the warm coals. Usually, though, the dog slept at the very edge of the bed on a throw rug. The woman wouldn't allow the dog to be on the bed with her. But if she became frightened or had a nightmare, she would put her hand down the little white dog, and it would lick constantly. One night, the woman was reading the newspaper. Before she went to bed, she shivered and pulled the comforter over her as she read the material. As she read about a mental patient that had wandered off from a nearby hospital. No one had knew that the patient was dangerous or not. He was a suspect in the murders of several women who lived alone. The woman turned out the lights and went to sleep. She was frightened and tossed and turned fitfully. Finally, she reached down where the little white dog had slept. Sure enough, a warm tongue licked to her hand. The woman felt reassured and safe. She left her hand dangling at the edge of the bed and settled comfortably. When she opened her eyes for a moment, she looked through the screen door in the living room. In front of the fireplace, the little white dog gazed at the coals and was wagging his tail. Down beside the bed, it was still licking her hand. Hey, Budget Outdoors and Survival. What's going on, man? Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're having a great night so far. Let's see. We just hit 50 likes on this video. Awesome. Yep, that one was predictable. I saw it coming the second paragraph. Yikes. Okay, Laurie Johnson. I'm not going to be going to look at the chat anymore, folks. If you want to send me a message, I'm not going to know it. Okay. The basket. The cat's paw. That sounds pretty interesting. There was a butcher who ran a series of successful businesses. Everyone in town had bought the meat from his shop. One day, the butcher discovered that somebody had been stealing meat from the storehouse behind his shop. Every night, one of his sides of beef or pork chops would disappear. This was a real problem because it was causing him to lose money. He decided he needed to do something about it. One night, after he had closed up his shop, the butcher went to the storehouse, switched all the lights, and stood there in the darkness, clenching his meat cleaver and waiting for the thief to arrive. He didn't have to wait for long, because soon a black cat was slinking into the gap in the door. It was the biggest cat the butcher had ever seen. It jumped and tried to pull down a leg of lamb that was hanging from the ceiling. The butcher swung on the lights and the cat turned and stared at him. Instead of running away, it jumped at him and tried to bite him. The butcher was taken by surprise. He swung the meat cleaver and chopped one of the cat's paws off. The cat let out a terrible shriek and then began to spit and yowl in terror around the room and ran out the door and disappeared. The butcher looked down at the cat's paw and said he saw a woman's hand that had been severed at the wrist. It was wriggling about the floor in a pool of blood. Next morning, the butcher opened up his shop. One of the neighbors came running down the road crying for help. He said his wife had been in an accident. The butcher ran to the man's house. To see if there was anything he could do. When he got there, the man's wife was sitting by the chair in the fire. She was clenching her arm, writhing in pain. Her hand had been cut off, and there was nothing but a bloody stump. The strangest thing was that she was spitting and yowling just like the cat. The butcher told everybody in the town what they had seen that night, and they took the woman out to a deserted field and buried her alive, because now everybody knew she was a witch. Wow. Yep. So she just had a feeling of a dog licking her. Yeah, but it ended up being a psychopath underneath the bed. Aw, thank you so much, Native. I really appreciate that, my friend. Yep, that one was pretty creepy and pretty crazy. Thank you guys for the 16 people still watching. Guys, if you haven't already, please make sure you go smash that like button. That would really help the channel. So I'm just trying to keep up with the chat and all the things here. Let's go to YouTube. Awesome. Alright, cool. I retweeted yours, Unearthly Wonderings. Thank you so much for making this, tweeting this out. I really appreciate it. You going live tonight? And I wanted... Oh, man. I feel bad. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. I was just trying to keep up with the chat and everything. Yeah, 50 more likes and I do twerk. I don't like that, but yes. It is... Sorry, there's just so many messages that I get, guys. I do apologize. I'm coming back up to the chat here. Alright, so we got 16 people in the house, guys. Thank you so much. Guys, please make sure you share the stream on social media. I really do appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to find another story here. Alright, the white gown. Oh, wait, no, I had a good story. The white gown. Alright, 3-minute read. There was a young woman who was very lonely. Oh, wait. Okay, there was one young woman who was very, very lonely. She desperately wanted to try to find herself a boyfriend. The only problem was that she had very little money. She never went anywhere and never met anybody. The next day, she received an invitation to a party at an expensive hotel. The girl really wanted to go. She didn't have any nice clothes to wear for such an occasion. She didn't even have enough money for a new dress. Why don't you buy a dress from the second-hand shop? Her mother suggested. The girl went down the second-hand shop not too far from where she had lived and found a beautiful satin evening gown. It fit her perfectly and it was surprisingly cheap. Oh gosh. Far from where she had lived, and managed to find a beautiful satin white gown. It fit her perfectly and the price was surprisingly cheap. She immediately brought it and rushed home. That night, she arrived at the hotel and looked so radiant and attractive that her eyes were on her. Every single young man at the dance was desperate to meet her. She danced with some handsome man after another had another wonderful time. She began to feel that her luck was changing for the better. Soon afterwards, she began to feel dizzy and faint. She had trouble standing on her feet. She asked one of the men to help her down the stairs to get her into a taxi. When she got home, she crawled up the stairs and lay down in her bed. The next morning, the girl's mother knocked on the door, but there was no answer. The woman panned the door, found her daughter laying lifeless in the bed. She called the doctor, but it was no use. By the time they arrived, she was already dead. The doctor examined her and couldn't understand what had killed her, so he asked the coroner to perform and the mother asked the coroner to perform an autopsy. And when it turned out that the girl had been poisoned by embalming fluid, tests were done to find traces of embalming fluid on the white gown. She was dancing because she was dancing so much and sweated. The embalming fluid entered her pores and slowly stopped her blood from flowing. Police questioned the owner of the second-hand shop, and when he had bought the white satin gown from an undertaker's helper. He had stolen it from a dead girl just before she was buried. Wow. So this guy buys a satin gown off of a dead girl, sells it to this other guy who is his friend at the secondhand shop. She puts on the dress and it's coated in embalming fluid. She was dancing so much it started to sweat, or she started to sweat, and the embalming fluid poisoned her that way. Wow. That's just like a bad case of bad luck, you know what I mean? Hey, welcome back. The sharpshooter, the man, the fam. What's going on? Okay, the gown is fucked. I know. Yes. Yeah, it's creepy and weird. Thank you guys so much for staying and watching the show. I know it's late. Thank you for choosing the time to spend it with me here on my channel. Let's see here. We have an hour and a half left of this live stream, so thank you so much for staying here with me. I really do appreciate it. Oh, welcome back, Lori Marty. What's going on? Welcome back. All right. The night it rained. No, I already did that one. Let's find some other stories here. This is a good website. They have a bunch of good scary stories. Okay. Hold on. Phew. Yeah, I'm not reading all those. That's spooky stories. There we go. What? No, halfway. I said no. Oh. Guys are hilarious. Short spooky stories to tell kids and adults in the dark. Yes. Okay. I have a son I love with all my heart. But even though he's only 5 years old, he is not able to speak. And I cannot stand it when people refer to him as dumb or an unintelligent boy, but he does have a problem. When he was just a baby, my son suffered from a serious illness. He recovered from the disease, but never learned to speak. My wife and I took him to several psychologists and therapists, but none of them were able to help. They said it was the cause of psychosomatic. He would eventually grow out of it. My wife and I spent a long time talking to our son, talking to him and encouraging him to repeat words after us. He was never able to make out as much as a high-pitched wailing sound. Sometimes I was very frustrated and I would break down crying. All we could do was hug him to assure that we loved him. One day at a toy store a doll on one of the shelves caught my eye. It was a talking robot. I decided to buy it for my son as a present. I was hoping it might help him to finally learn how to speak. My son opened the box and saw the talking robot. He was overjoyed. He was so excited he hugged me and made high-pitched wails. I pulled the string. He pulled the string back and it showed. He pulled the string back and the robot started talking. My son fell in love with the toy and brought it with him everywhere he went. I would often hear him playing with it in the bedroom, pulling the string, making the robot talk. However, my son never spoke a word. One morning, my son came down for breakfast. My son came down for breakfast, and I put out a plate of waffles for him. I don't like this, he muttered. For a few seconds, I couldn't believe my ears. What did you say? I asked in surprise. I said, I don't like waffles, he repeated in a dull monotone. I rushed over and hugged him tightly. Tears were streaming down my cheeks. You can talk, I shouted joyfully. You can talk. I can talk, my mother said my son. However, how? My voice was heavy with emotion. How did this happen? My son had raised his hand and pointed to the bedroom. It was the robot, he said hastily. The robot gave its power to me. Although my son After that, my son began talking every day, a few words every day, but it seemed like a dull monotone. It should be happy, but I'm not. There's something different about him. It doesn't show any emotion anymore. It never cries, it never smiles, it never hugs me. It just sits here, staring at me. He never wants to play with the talking robot anymore. Yesterday I picked it up and pulled the string. It made a high-pitched wailing sound. No matter how many times I pulled the string, it made the same pitch. The same pitch wail my son used to make. Even though my son doesn't play with it, I'm afraid to throw away the talking robot. That's so like the talking robot, I guess, took over the son. It had like something evil attached to it. That's crazy. Thank you, Unearthly, for retweeting this out again. I really, really appreciate it. 100 likes and our host twerks. We're halfway there. Oh my god, you're funny. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. We are at 50 likes. That's awesome. Okay, this one's called Just Grandma. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that one because it's like 12 minutes long. I'm not gonna. My attention span only lasts like about 5. This one's called The Talking Doll. There was an old couple who had hired a new maid to help them around their house. My wife had a huge collection of dolls. A maid was expected to dust them once a week. Once a week the maid walked into where the dolls were stored and looked at them with disgust. She hated dolls. While she was dusting, she came across a particularly strange doll. It was a talking doll, and it had a cord in the back. The maid was interested and pulled the cord. The doll said, "Hello." The maid pulled the cord again. "I love my mama," the doll said. The maid pulled back and continued cleaning. After a few weeks of dusting off the dolls, the maid accidentally knocked over the doll. It shattered as soon as it hit the ground. The old woman heard the sound and went to investigate. When she walked into the room and saw the shattered doll, a sad look crossed her face. The maid saw this quickly and said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break her. It won't happen again." The woman looked down at her sad, broken doll, told the maid that she could only keep her job if she was extra careful with the dolls. The maid agreed. The next day, the couple left the maid alone while they were running some errands. The maid was in such a bad mood that she neglected to do her job. While she was sitting in the kitchen, enjoying some of the couple's fancy chocolate, the maid thought of a facetious idea. She made her way to the room where the dolls had been kept. She thought for a moment how sad she was about the old woman when the doll was broken. The maid picked the doll and she said she must really love these dolls and threw the doll on the floor, shattering, and the maid smiled. She loved the feeling of breaking the dolls. Something about the shattering sound pleased her, and she threw more of the dolls on the floor. She was still in her doll-killing rage when the old couple walked through the door. The old woman ran to her broken dolls. She looked at the maid with a pale expression. She asked, "What are you doing?" The husband, seeing his wife upset, immediately told the maid she was fired. The maid collected her things and left in even a worse mood than before. She was so angry that later that night she snuck into the old couple's house knowing that they would be asleep. She crept in the kitchen and found the biggest knife she could find, and she made her way to the bedroom. The next morning, the maid had returned to the house, acted like an innocent bystander, and told the police that she had worked for the couple. She played the victim and she had played the victim that had lost good friends. She told the police that the couple were very loving and nice and caring people, and she had no idea why anybody would want to kill them. Hey, Stacy Flesh Girl, what's going on? I'm here going full screen. Oh, awesome. At the point she walked into the house, she wished that she could make sure that no one had hurt the old woman's precious doll collection. When she got to the talking doll, she picked it up and pulled the cord. She pulled the cord and said, "Hello." She pulled the cord again and said, "Why did you kill my mama?" The maid looked horrified on the face. "What did you say?" "Why did you kill my mama?" the doll asked. The maid stuttered in shock. She kept pulling the cord. "Why did you kill my mama? She was a nice mama." Looking very much. "Why did you kill my mama?" the maid said. Looking at the doll, she could not believe what was happening. "You killed my mama!" the doll screamed. And the maid threw it on the ground and ran from the house. The next morning, the maid was found dead in her room. Her arms was the talking doll. Wait. In her arms was the talking doll. When investigators pulled the cord, and it just kept repeating, "She killed my mama. She killed my mama. She killed my mama." Tinkerbud channel, what's going on? Hey, are you new to the channel? What'd you guys think of that one? I don't think I've ever read that one on this channel before. That one's creepy. Ugh, I hate dolls. Dolls. Hey, Tinkerbud, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and helping to support the channel. That would really make a difference. And if you've already subscribed to the channel, please consider smashing that like button. That's another way my viewers can help me put awesome content out like this. Alright, let's see. Stream is still going. Wow, has my EMF reader actually been quiet all night? That is strange. Alright. You guys. Alright. Welcome to the stream, Tinkerbud. Okay. Alright, this one's called Leather Sofa. When I was young, I remember that there was an old leather sofa in the house. It was worn and tattered and stood in the corner of the living room. My parents had an idea at the large garage sale and brought it in the next morning. My parents had found it in large garage sale and bought it for next to nothing. Yeah, you can keep the doll, Cynthia. Thank you. No, there is no dolls coming into this house. This is a doll-free zone. Alright, Tinkerbud. Hey, Tinkerbud. I just checked out your channel and I just supported you. Hopefully, if you haven't already, you can do the same. That would really help. disturbing my family member that's staying over at the house right now. Hey, Irish Whiskey Paranormal, what's going on, bud? Alright. Okay. One day, I was about 5 years old. Yeah, you guys can have the dolls. One day when I was about 5 years old, I was playing in the living room by myself. It happened to look up and notice something very strange. It was a crumpled paper bag sitting on the front door of the leather sofa. I wondered what was inside. I got up and walked over to investigate. The paper bag had been very distinctive with a logo printed on it. Just as I was about to pack the bag up, I realized that a gnarled and withered hand reached out from underneath the sofa and holding the paper bag. I suddenly stopped in my tracks and a chill ran down my spine. I was terrified as I watched the hand slowly reach and disappear under the sofa, bag and all. I ran out of the living room. Found my mother washing dishes in the kitchen. Let's see. Stricken with fear, I told her. Struggling with fear, I told her what I had seen. She didn't believe me. She laughed and said that I must be imagining things. After all that, I tried to stay far away from that leather sofa as possible. I avoided the living room at all costs. One morning, I woke up to find that the leather sofa was gone. The new couch was sitting in its place. I breathed a sigh of relief. As time went on, I forgot all about it. A few years ago, my mother was talking about memories from her childhood and suddenly remembered an old leather sofa. I said, "What happened to it?" She said, "Oh, don't bother me about that horrid thing." Mother cried. "We threw it out." I said, "Why?" Because just because I was scared of it? "No, well, I never told you at this time," she would say with a shudder. You were never young, and I didn't want, or you were very young, and I didn't want to frighten you. One morning, you didn't go to school. One morning you didn't want to go to school, and when I was getting you ready, you ran off and hid from me. When I went through the whole house searching for you, eventually came into the living room. Just as I opened the door, I heard you giggling. I burst into the room, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw the sight of what I thought was your shoe disappearing underneath the leather couch. I got down on my hands and knees and cried, "Found you!" I almost had a heart attack. It wasn't you. As long as I live, I'll never forget that. What was it? It was an old woman in a black shawl. She was, her hair was gray, wrinkled skin, and her face was twisted into a grotesque grimace, and she was giggling like a child. She was holding a necklace and a bracelet in her hand. I wanted to run, but I was frozen by fear. She started to look directly at me, dead eyes, no soul at all, screamed and ran up the stairs. She started up the kitchen, so I grabbed you and dashed out of the house as far as I could. I called your father, and she had come home from work. I tried to tell him what had happened, but he wouldn't believe me. I refused to go back into the house until he got rid of that old couch. I was speechless. A few weeks after that, I was picking you up from school, and my mother was confused. We drove past the house where... Oh, sorry, guys. I drove past the house where I had found the garage, where I had found the sofa at the garage sale. stopped the car to ask him and find more information about it. The lady said that they told me that there was a furniture store that had some stuff from an old house when she bought it. She exclaimed that the house had previously belonged to an old woman who lived alone. She didn't have any family, and so when she died, her body wasn't even discovered for weeks. That's what happened right here in this room, actually. That's how that lady in my house died. Her body wasn't discovered for weeks, and when they found her rotting corpse, it was lying on the sofa. The same sofa where we had bought it at the garage sale. Even now, it freaks me out just to think about it. My mother's story brought back all the memories from the childhood. About the leather sofa that was gnarled and withered and had clutched a piece of paper. Just the other day, I was going down the grocery store to go shopping. In one store, I was bustling through the aisles and I saw something that looked familiar. On the shelf was a small paper bag with the same exact logo. I remembered. My hand started shaking. I picked it up and looked inside. It was a bag of razor blades. I know, I'm sorry, guys. Yawning, I don't know, I'm just tired, guys. It's been a long day. I'm trying to do this for you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. So we've had like 120 views on this video, roughly. That's cool. It won't tell me on my actual app what I got, but I can share the watch time, and I've gotten like somewhere in the ballpark of 2,000 hours of watch time, so that's really cool. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Yeah, it's a good story. Yeah, I found a good little string of good stories here. Alright, so we are 2 hours into the live stream, guys. Let's see here. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Yeah, that one was pretty creepy. Listen up. Listen very closely for what I have to say. I have to say something very important to you. I never really believed in the supernatural, but lately everything's been really strange has been happening to me. Sorry. But lately something very strange has been happening to me. It all started a few weeks ago. I was standing in line at the supermarket and noticed a woman checking out was staring at me. Her lips were twisted into an eerie smile, and I tried to ignore her and just pay for my groceries. I know. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to drink water and stop yawning. And 1 a.m. here, so I can only imagine how late it is for you guys. And as I was leaving, she said, "Have a nice day." For a moment, I stood there in complete shock. I did not believe what had just happened. The second time I noticed it, I was walking down the street and a man came towards me. He was staring directly at me, grinning from ear to ear with that same eerie smile. As he passed, he said, "Good morning." I stopped in my tracks, stood trembling, unable to believe that what was going on. Since then, other people have spoken to me. I'm beginning to lose my mind. I even went to a doctor. He told me it wasn't possible. He said it couldn't happen, but yet it was happening. But you may wonder why I'm so frightened. You think I might be overreacting. But here's the problem. I shouldn't be able to hear anything at all. You see, I was born completely deaf. Wow. Yikes. Hey Fee, welcome to the stream, my friend. I hope you're enjoying it so far. That was a creepy story. Yikes. Alright. So good to see you, Fee. Alright. Alright, this one is called The Collection. Miranda is a babysitter who is hired to take care of a little girl named Danielle. When her parents leave, Danielle brings Melinda up to her room to show her off her doll collection. All of the dolls are kept in the case, under lock and key. Wow, these dolls are beautiful, said Miranda. They're not to play with, Danielle said. When one of the dolls falls over, Miranda goes over to the case and fixes it, but Danielle stops her. I'll do it, she said. You have to be careful with them. However, Danielle unlocks the case and puts her hand inside. She lets out a squeal. Ow, she bit me, she cried. She couldn't bite you, said. She's just a doll. Danielle's finger was bleeding, and she went down the stairs to get some tissues. Miranda makes 2 mugs of hot chocolate, while Danielle tells her about the dolls. Katie loves chocolate. Angie's afraid of water. Jenny likes to watch TV, and Shelly isn't afraid of anything. Wow, your dolls sound like fun, said Miranda. Sometimes, Danielle. Sometimes they're not. Danielle runs up to get a board game. Seconds later, Miranda hears a scream and races upstairs to see what's wrong. It's Shelly, Danielle cries. She's gone. She got out of the case. It's your fault. You left the key in the lock. They tried to lock the case, but the key is missing. I bet Shelly took it, she said. Miranda decides to humor the young girl and search for the house for Shelly. They hear a noise and run down into the kitchen to find the mug of hot chocolate lying broken on the floor. Miranda asks Danielle if she was doing this to get attention. I didn't break anything, the little girl protests. Shelly did. She's mad. I don't know why. Eventually, she was lying on the floor, but when they took the doll upstairs, they find the whole case was empty. Oh no, they're all out. We'll never get. They're never all out. They've never all out been. Sorry, I'm so tired. They never all got out before. Miranda doesn't believe the little girl's story. Where are they? She demands. Tell me where the dolls are. I don't know anything about them, she whined. Shelly let them out. We're going to find them before they do something. When they went downstairs to find all the dolls sitting in the living room, on the perched on the chairs, Miranda had said, "Enough. I'm phoning your parents." She picks up the phone and dials a number, but she realizes the phone lines have been cut. When she tries her mobile, it finds the batteries missing. On the fridge and magnets, it spells leave. Miranda and getting out of this horror movie. Before she could say another word, something trips her over. She falls down the stairs and is knocked unconscious. She wakes up and the dolls are dragging her by her hair down the stairs. Miranda fights them off and manages to escape. She runs up the stairs and finds Danielle hiding in the closet, trembling with fear. Miranda hides in the closet too and wrecks her brain, trying to figure out how she can get away. The dolls start to bang on the closet door, trying to break it down. Eventually, it drops the purse, and Miranda looks inside and sees several driver's licensing belonging to the young woman. Shelley, Katie, Angie, and Jenny. They all buried the names and resemblances to the dolls. Danielle began to cry. "Don't be mad," she said. "What did you do to them?" Miranda whispers. "They were all my friends," the little girl whines. "I begged them to stay, but they wouldn't. They left me and forgot all about me." "Oh my God," Miranda grasped. "The dolls weren't trying to hurt you. The dolls were not here to hurt you. They were here to try to warn me to get away from you." She tries to escape, but Danielle grabs her by the arm and holds her tight and shouts, "Don't leave." "Let me go," Miranda said, and her face is already beginning to change. Later that night, the parents come home. Danielle is alone in the house, and Miranda is nowhere to be seen. The father calls the babysitter, screaming and crying. Babysitter agency company to complain and scream and cry. "This is the third time your agency has walked out," he yells. Danielle goes upstairs to her bedroom and tells her dolls that they are all grounded because they were bad. Then she places a new doll in the case and locks the door. "This is your new friend. Her name is Miranda. Now you guys be all nice to her." Wow. Yeah, it's pretty awful. I guess I lost another subscriber, but oh well. Somebody's just playing with the button, so that's cool. Alright, let's see here. Thanks for the support, you guys. I really appreciate it. You guys rock. Hold on just a second, guys. Oh, I barely keep my eyes open. I'm tired. Okay. Yeah, that was a long story, too. Hey, how's it going, Smurf? Good to see you, my friend. Thought I'd come in, show some love. I've been crying in anxiety all day and night. Oh, I'm so sorry, Em. I hope you're doing better after that whole ordeal. Yeah, Scary Kids is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome website. Yeah, Scary Kids, yeah. And yeah, Smurf, if you want to call me after this, I'm probably going to end this here a little sooner than later. I'm getting pretty tired. Thought I was going to be able to make it through this whole thing. Let's see here. Just see. Alright, let's see. Okay, this one's a short story. One cold and dark December night, a teenage girl named Kathy was babysitting two children. There were two there was a 7-year-old boy named Taylor and a 6-year-old girl named Selena. Her parents had gone to the movies for the night, leaving Caitlin in charge. Just after 9 o'clock that night, the phone rang. Katie answered it and heard an anguished voice saying, "Help me. For heaven's sake, help me." Confused, she hung up the phone and decided that it must have been a prank call. 30 minutes later, the phone rang again, and the same voice screamed, "Help me. Somebody help me." This time, she was actually frightened. The children asked who was calling, and she said not to worry, everything's fine. After about 30 minutes had passed, she had received another call. On the voice sounded desperate and scared. "Help me. For heaven's sake, why won't anybody help me?" The phone went dead. Seconds later, a knock at the door. The babysitter clutched the children tightly to her, as they were just as scared as she was. Urgently knocking, she continued. She knew it wasn't the children's parents because they weren't due for at least an hour. They could hear a voice coming from outside, a man's voice repeating, "Help me, help me, help me." She didn't know what to do. "Let him in," she said. "He needs our help." Later that night, the parents arrived home. The house was eerily still. All the lights were off, and when they searched the house and the entire living room, they stumbled upon a horrible scene. Kathleen and the children had been murdered. Their arms and legs had been chopped off. One on the wall had been written in blood, "For heaven's sake, help me before I kill again. I cannot control myself anymore." Oh my gosh. Wow. Hey, Kenneth, the Kentucky fan, welcome back, my friend. I hope you guys are enjoying this stream. We have 15 people in the house, guys. Thank you so much. Much love and light, guys. Alright. Alright. Just trying to keep up on the stream here. What is going on? Fortunately, I cannot see. OBS does not allow me to see what is going on with the exact number of viewers on the stream. What? Yeah, James is almost at 1K. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm just a little tired, you guys. I'm still trying to power through. It is pretty late. I tried to make it through this whole ordeal. Hey, thank you. Hey, Texas Life, Julie. How's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for coming by. Okay. Alright, so let me check real quick or something. I had some messages. That's cool. Cool. Alright, sorry guys, I'm just got preoccupied with something real quick. Yeah, I'm kind of getting a little bit of a headache too, so I'll probably wrap it up at 1:30. At least that's 2.5 hours under the belt. Should be pretty good. So I hope. So I'll be online for another about another 10 minutes or so. Yeah, another 10 minutes, guys, and then I'll be signing off for the night. I try to make it to 2 a.m. here, but not after I pulled a full shift, and it's been a long week, and I'm tired. sometimes making it all the way for 3 hours is pretty tough. Has anybody seen my meter go off once tonight? It's kind of strange that it's been this silent. Thank you for the 16 people watching. I do appreciate you guys. Alright. This one is called Future Husband. For years, a mysterious fortune-telling game has been popular with teenage girls in Japan. It's called Future Husband or Future Spouse. According to the legend of those who play it, it will help you find out who you will marry. They say that the name of the game is best played with the lights off, besides a window in the moonlight. If you hold a razor blade in your mouth until midnight and look into the basin filled with water, you will see your face of your future husband reflect in the water. Do not play this game. It's dangerous and you can cut your mouth and end up looking like the slit mouth woman. There's actually a disclaimer right here. One high school girl heard about this fortune-telling game and decided to play it out immediately. The girl had never had a boyfriend and was worried that she would never fall in love. Her worst nightmare was that she would never get married. Her love-sick curiosity made her desperate to find out what her future husband would look like. She took one look of her father's razor blades from her house. From her parents' bedroom. She looked in the basin from the kitchen cupboard filled with water. Finally, she turned off the lights and opened the curtain. She waited for the clock to strike midnight, carefully placing the razor blades in her mouth. She curiously peered into the basin. In the water, she saw a man's face staring back at her. The girl was so surprised she let out an involuntary scream. At the same time, the razor blade dropped out of her mouth and fell into the basin. The water became stained red color like blood. The girl recoiled in fright and stared trembling. A few minutes later, she looked into the basin again. The water was crystal clear and the razor was at the bottom. The girl was confused. Was this an illusion? Had her eyes been playing a trick on her? Had she actually seen a face or a reflection in the water? The girl decided to forget about it and went to bed. 3 years passed by and the girl grew into an adult. She left school and attended a university and eventually found a job. She also began dating a nice man. It was her first boyfriend. He was very gentle and receptive to her wishes. He had a friendly personality. He was witty and funny. In fact, he made a lot of money. The fact that he made a lot of money didn't hurt. However, there was one thing about him that was very strange. He always kept his face hidden behind a large surgical mask. In Japan, it is not unusual to see people with masks to prevent catching colds. However, when they first met, he had explained that he had a cold and didn't want her to catch it. At first, she accepted the invitation, and as the months passed, he continued to wear the mask and never took it off. Let's see. Yeah, maybe. Every time we met or went on a date, the man was wearing his mask. She ever asked him to remove it, he would angrily refuse. Desperate for the strange situation with the mask, the girl came over to the man. The girl came to love this man even more and more. Finally, the day came where he asked her to marry him. The girl began to think, how can you marry someone when you've never seen their face? They weren't supposed to be any secrets between husband and wives. What could he be hiding from her? And when, she was confident that her feelings for him would never change. No matter what he had looked like underneath that mask. One night, the girl took him aside and told him everything that took him aside and told him that she would marry him if he had the courage enough to show his face. She asked him to remove the mask. At first, he refused, but the girl insisted. He eventually gave in. He turned back to her and slowly unhooked the mask from his ears. When he spun around, the face for the girl gasped in horror. The face was a disturbing and disgusting by a large scar that ran from his eye down to his cheek and across his mouth and chin. The wound seemed so deep that it could have been gouged out with a sharp knife. It looked so painful to look at. What is wrong with your face? She asked. What happened to you? The man's eyes narrowed in anger. His face bore in a hateful expression. You should know, he said. You dropped the razor blade. Oh, man. Yeah, the chick is kind of dumb. Yeah, she didn't make some good decisions. I'll put it that way. So we have enough time for like one more short story. So I hope you guys did enjoy this. Stream looks pretty awesome. I'm pretty happy with the results. I ended up gaining 1 subscriber. 1 dropped off. Another one joined on. I don't know what happened. But this has been a pretty amazing stream so far, guys. I'm so glad everybody liked it. I hope everybody's having a good night so far. Yeah, she is kind of a dum-dum, isn't she? Okay, this one's called The Last Train. This is actually the last story, guys, and then I'm going to bed because I am utterly exhausted at this point. I just realized I took my work keys home. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm going to have to go to work early tomorrow and drop off the keys. The Last Train is about a creepy story about a young woman who is traveling home late at night after a party. After last year, the company's party held a New Year's party in the city. When the party was over, I left to catch the last train home that night. I sat down at my seat and gazed out the window and at the city lights flashing by. After a while, I saw that the person in the carriage was a man in a black trench coat. He was sitting a few rows in front of me and his head was hanging down. It appeared to be dozing off. I was quite sleepy too, and my eyelids began to feel heavy, and wasn't long before I dozed off too. A few minutes later, I was jolted by the rattling train, and my eyes opened. Something seemed different. Wasn't sure, but it seemed like the black man in the black trench coat was sitting closer to me. I thought it was just my imagination, and I told myself not to be paranoid. Before again, I dozed off. A few seconds later, I felt a strange, unpleasant feeling pit my stomach. I opened my eyes, and the man seemed to even move closer to me. It was very unsettling. I decided to see if my suspicions were correct. I planned to fall asleep again, but have one eye open, just to see what the man would do. I sat there, not moving. He sat there moving muscly. I could feel his eye staring at me, but it did not budge. It was Just as I was about to sigh a breath of release, I heard him mutter something under his breath. Listening closely, I could hear what he was trying to say over and over. Don't be fooled, she's pretending. Don't be fooled, she's pretending. Don't be fooled, she's pretending. My blood ran cold. My heart began to pound in my chest. Despite being scared of my wits, I kept my head down, pretending to doze off, desperately hoping that the train would arrive at the next station. It finally stopped and the door opened. I bided my time and waited for the right moment. When the doors were about to close, I scrambled out of my seat and jumped onto the platform. I heard the doors shut behind me and the train pulled off into the station. I saw the black man in the black trench coat stand up. He pressed his face against a window. There was a look of fury on his face, and his hand had a glistening knife. Ever since then, I never take the train home alone anymore. So what a way to close that story, guys. Hope everybody has a great rest of your night. So hope everybody enjoyed that story. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that like button, everybody. Thank you so much for everyone that has come by tonight. I'll finish the stats here. 52 thumbs up, 0 thumbs down. Awesome. Thank you guys. What a stream. I'm really pleased with the results. So I hope everyone has a good night. Take care. Much love and light, my friends.